I have the app downloaded on my phone. I can send a text individually to every student, or I can send a blast to a mass text to all kids in the entire school. And you can also send attachments too. So if the DOE sends like a new grading policy or whatever, you can download, you can attach it as a text to them as well. And the good thing about it is, even if they can speak Mandarin, and you text it in English, it'll translate the message to them in Mandarin. And when they respond to you in Mandarin, it'll come back to you in English. And it's been the best thing for us. My teachers weren't even using it like that until remote learning really happened. But it's a great.
Spell it for me real quick.
Invo. I'll type it in the chat.
Okay, thank you.
Asia, thank you. So ladies and gentlemen, again, before I, get out of here, I just wanted to again reiterate the importance of us just remembering how dope we are as principals and how important we are as principals. And I know that all of you are working hard. I know you are. But if you've been around me long enough, I can be a bit much when it comes to expecting even more out of you than you actually put out. So it's me telling you, I want you to be great. I want you to stay great. When you get the type of acknowledgement that we're getting for this work and what we're doing here, it's only right that we continue to sharpen one another. And, whether it's, the bishop or whether it's senator or whether it's Dame, whoever it has to be, everybody said the same thing, that they're thoroughly impressed by what we're doing and how we're doing it. Before I turn it over to Dame, who had a quick announcement, I got a call Monday or Tuesday, and I got somebody from Black Enterprise. I don't know how they got the information for Off School Grounds, that asked if I'd be willing to do an interview, and they want to do an article on us as Off School Grounds and myself as well. So I just want to, thank y'all for coming through every week the way y'all do, and I'm hoping that it's as beneficial to you all as it is to me, being able to communicate with you all on a regular basis. So dope things are happening, and like I say, to have platforms like that and what Dame is offering is so dope. So
also, Adia, I don't want to cut you off, and but I want you to remind them that that we're going live on Dame's network, on the Dame Dash Studios network. I don't know if you announced that yet, but
yeah, Dame had mentioned that it's being uploaded as we speak. So that's another thing that we can look forward to, is that these things will be archived on Dame Dash Studios as well. So let's continue to engage. Let's continue to do the great work that we're doing. I definitely want, Dame to say something. He has something he wanted to share with you all before we wrapped up, and then I'll come back in and wrap it up. Go ahead, Dame.
Well, again, just listening as opposed to talking this time, it's really powerful, the information you share with each other. I really do feel like there are people that do care about us. We do care about us, and I just think it's dope, and everyone looks great. Everyone looks like they're students. I'm like, these are principals? Everyone still has that swag. It feels like it's us they're looking up to us. I just wish I had principals that look like y'all. It might have changed a lot of things for me. But also, everything that I do within my content, it's not to distract us from our problems. It's to focus us on how to fix them. And I have a TV show called OG Stories, and Calvin Klein is the first subject matter, and he's like a legend in the street. And, I know him. He was the guy he was Jay-Z's OG, and we were able to discuss things on terms that most can't. And the best part about it is he doesn't glorify these things. He really tells you the recourse and the karma that comes with it. And he's really a voice to steer these kids different. And a lot of these kids are listening to these records and they hear his name in it, and they're thinking it's for the wrong, they're thinking it's to do the things that he would prefer not to be doing. So my point is, I'd like to screen that for y'all, and you would be able to do a Q&A with him and talk directly to him, and I'm sure you being able to tell your students or the Calvin Klein that y'all listen to in the records, I spoke directly to him. And he told me not to, that wasn't the way to go and this, that, and the third. It makes you a little cooler when you can talk to the gangsters that people are hearing about and they can tell you their experience firsthand. And then also, I did a screening with the bishop with a short film I did that deals with trauma that I'm sure every principal sees children go through and have to come to school and deal with, whether they have a drug addict as a mother, or they're abused, a father, or a foster home, and what comes with that. And it triggered a lot of emotion to the extent that the next day, a father went and got his daughters out of foster care just based on the subject matter. So I'd like to, and it's separate and aside from what y'all doing, I would just like that I think are teaching us. I'd like to hear y'all opinions, and I'd like y'all to be able to distribute the things y'all get from it to your kids, whether it gives you validation or whether it just gives you clarity on how to help. So my purpose at all times is to bring everyone together that's about action, real action, and only fights for love. And again, that's why I had the senator on. That's why I wanted y'all to meet the bishop. I want y'all to meet Calvin. I want y'all to meet different filmmakers, because also y'all could also teach your students how to do things on their own. And I would love, everything that y'all doing now, y'all doing on your own. It's independent of the school system. So to me, y'all showing how y'all fight other than traditionally, and when you're not getting paid. I don't feel like anybody's getting paid to be on here. And I think that just needs to be showcased. And the kids need to think that's cool. And I think this is an easy thing to do. So thank you. And if you guys show up, anything I do, I'd like your opinion on. To tell me if I'm doing it wrong. To tell me if you think I'm teaching the kids wrong. To tell me how I can make subject matter that can make your fight better, or even make subject matter with you. Or if you have students that are superstars, that are different, that if they have opportunity or some direction, they probably get to where others go that aren't as talented, that just have the same nepotism practiced on them. Like those other cultures do, Like when they walk in the room, they don't say nothing, but there's this little nod, and it's them against us. No separatism, but just fighting for the love. There just got to be a voice and support, and I think y'all are it. And I love it. And thank you. Oh, you just went on.
Oh my God, I kicked you out?
Why kick me out?
I don't know.
I got kicked
Talking
out.
that real shit.
I start talking that talk. So yeah, I was talking to all principals just now. We had the Senator Eddie Milton on there. We had the Bishop Purnell on there. They kicked me off. I guess I started talking too much. And that's what I'm doing. All my content is very focused. It's not about distracting us. It's about focusing us on being stronger, And in these times, when things are going to be different, we need to come out different. We need to come out number one, not number two, And we have to have that mentality. That billionaire mind state, is very important. It's very important that we know who we are, and that we know we have family, and that we know we have support, and that we don't have to depend on nobody to get something done. So I'm trying to put myself in the position of power so I can put others in the position of power that deserve it, so that they can speak freely and don't have to worry about thinking that the plug has to be protected and it's a different culture than ours. If I'm the plug, then y'all gonna protect me, and I'm gonna make more plugs so we could all protect each other. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's very important for us to understand. We don't need anybody. All we need is each other. And I'm not talking about a color. I'm talking about a like mind. You know what I'm saying? I'm not talking about male or female. I'm talking about human beings. You know what I'm saying? And we all have consciousness. We all have choice. We can make decisions. We can believe things if we want. We can react to things if we want. We can do things or not do things if we want. We can let other people do things for us if we want. I want to fight for what I love. I want to make sure that there's immediate action at all times, that I walk it like I talk it, that I lead by example, that I never tell somebody to do something that I'm not doing myself. And that's important to me. and to have pride culturally. You know what I'm saying? To know that we don't need anybody to validate us, that we could do it on our own, you know, that we got that kind of muscle. So when you put like-minded, smart people in the room on the same vibration and other people could witness, that energy should be contagious. And there's no excusing negativity. There's no excusing being insecure to the extent that you want other people's life to be bad. You know? That shit is bubblegum shit and it's corny. You know? And it's weak. There's no excusing not being mentally strong. You know? Which will make you obviously physically strong because you'll start making sure on a logical level that you're prepared in all levels, all ways. You know? And there's no reason to get old. You just evolve. You get better. You know what I'm saying? You should look better, do more better things. It should never be that you celebrating what you did 20 years ago like that's the best thing you ever did. That's to be a feather in your cap, but it should be a step to a higher step. You know? When you accomplish a lot of things young, then you have the obligation and responsibility to do more things your whole life, not to just sit around and look at what you did. You got to do more shit. You got to help more people. And if you fight for love, you will move forward. And you fight with honor, and if you fight with integrity, and if you fight with everything you got for love, you will win. You will not get hurt. And the collateral damage will be more love. But people don't get that, you know? And I have passion for that. You know, I get animated over love and my fight for it. And the people I gotta fight to defend for my love, you know? And right now, this is a funny time, man. This is a war that we were not expecting. But we're still prepared if we're aware about being healthy. If you're healthy, you can fight better right now. You know, if you think, if you are thorough, if you're clean, if you're giving people the respect they deserve, give them 20 feet. If you ain't coughing on nobody, it shouldn't spread, you shouldn't give it nobody, you shouldn't get it. You know? And if you're in a position where somebody's telling you, yo, go risk your life and go outside, and you got to do that, you really like, I'm going or I lose, or then you got to get your life together. Should nobody be telling you what to do. Period. You should do what you want to do. You know, you should make the decision whether you want to go outside or not, or, you know, do what's best in the best interest of your family, because you might got kids at home or people that are older or compromised. How they going to tell you to go to work and you can bring that back home? You know? And so much shit is going on in this conspiracy theory nation right now. Like, good God. I mean, there's so many different ways you could cut this pie, bro. And I don't know how to do it, and I ain't really like trying to get into it all. I'm just making sure the people I love, the people that see me, the people that love me, the people, all those people are safe. That's all I want, is us to be safe. All I want is us to work hard. You know, there's nothing you cannot do if you put your mind to it. Period. If you could visualize it, it could be done. If you could imagine it in your brain, then you could do it. Period. You know?
You want to rejoin?
Yeah, sure. You know, I got played up. Well, I got played up. They kicked me off the joint, so I'm talking to y'all now. But I was talking to the principals and all that. But, you know, again, I'm not going to sit around and talk about education or what could help or how to help. If there's some principals that I could talk to, I'm talking to them, man. You know? I'm talking to them. And Lay set it up so I could talk to them. For real, they doing some ill shit over here. This shit is power. And this is the kind of programming, this is where it starts, you know? Like, I want these principals to tell me what kind of content I need to make. How I'm hurting people by what I'm doing or how I'm helping. And I like to talk directly, have a chance to answer.
Especially now, because I think it's hard because for a lot of children, the school was their outlet.
See, look, there
Especially those who
the
come
bishop
from
is back there.
being able to go to school broke their routine. But once again, I am so empowered. I want to hear so much more from everybody. I'm taking a bunch of notes. I got my wife taking notes over here. Let me show you face real quick. But I love to learn, and it's just amazing to be in the midst of so many educated people, wise people that I can glean from. I just feel privileged to be here, and I feel as if this is a movement. I feel that it doesn't make a difference what the subject is. I believe we can bring a cure and we can bring an answer.
That's Bishop, is that your lovely wife behind you?
Yeah, that's my wife. It ain't my girlfriend. It ain't my side chick.
All that in one.
Well, I'm glad that you joined us, and I hope that you continue with us. I definitely appreciate that. So,
Can I say one more thing before did I get kicked off?
As my husband said, school was an outlet for me. So I appreciate everyone. You can feel the passion in the room. This is what's needed to bring you to kids who don't have this at home. So I appreciate you guys. Please continue this, and please keep empowering the students who once was me.
And
And
can
we
I
got 4 daughters, 14, 13, 11, and 8. And homeschooling is killing her.
can I say one thing?
Bishop.
Can I say one
Once
thing?
again, thank y'all so much for joining us. We went over 5.
You're new to me.
Yeah, no doubt. Who's that?
Oh, it's me,
Oh, that
Dame.
Dame, you back?
Y'all kicked me off. I got kicked. I was talking too much. Okay, so
It's
what
the
I want to
Wi-Fi, Dame. It's the Wi-Fi.
What it is we getting so many people in the room that now it's getting
That's good. One thing I wanted to say, the narrative can
Come
be
on, Dane.
can be controlled, right?
Dame out in California, man. He out there chilling, man. He in the mountains, man.
But the narrative, if y'all can hear me, the narrative can be controlled. So if you guys all repost the commercials, like put them on your Facebook, let everyone know that you have a platform, that you have that y'all part of a television show, a crew, a movement. The kids will see it. Because I know when I put it on my Instagram, some of the comments were, I went to that school, that's my principal, and those kind of things. So I just think that if you want people to talk about it, 100 principals posting, me posting, the bishop posting, it'll snowball effect. It will snowball effect. And also people will have a vested interest because it will evolve. As these things loosen up, I'm having so many different ideas creatively, like just a lot. Like I want to make some merch so bad. I want to make some merch so bad, So that's all I wanted to say. Thank you.
Yo, Dame, what you waiting for, man?
I'm insane. I have 30 ideas.
No doubt, Dame.
And
Appreciate you.
I got 30 ideas at a time, and if all of them don't happen, I feel anxiety. So it will get designed, trust me, or else it'll bother me. But it will get done. I promise you that.
My man.
But I want to be a part of y'all gang.
My man. Thank you, Dame. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So again, you part of the gang now, Dame. You part of the gang.
I'm gonna make jackets. I think so.
So, fam, again, thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Again, as Dame said, keep posting what we talking. Keep supporting one another. Those of you on Instagram, somebody post something, repost it for them. Some people on Twitter, retweet that. Because again, that's how dope we are. That's how dope we are. We got Dame Dash say, yo, I want this. I want this to be everything and then some. So again, thank y'all so much for coming through every Thursday. Listen, I know Rochelle Hines, I know you got on me yesterday because I almost didn't send the emails. I didn't want to send the texts because I'm like, yo, everybody knows going down on Thursday. Everybody knows going down on Thursday. But sometimes I'm going to tell you, I'm going to do my best to make sure y'all get those emails and those texts. But I ain't promising that it's going to happen every Thursday. So make sure that y'all fill out those Google forms so I can be in touch with y'all on a regular basis. So those of you in the room, even if I didn't get a chance to spend a whole bunch of time with you today, my number, my email address, my Facebook, my Twitter, my everything, all I'm asking you to do is touch bases with me. I'll come in and I'll support anything that y'all are doing in your schools. If you want me to walk through classrooms with you, I will. If you want me to sit in meetings with you and give you feedback, I will. If you want me to bring other people in to also support you, I'll do that. But Kyle and Rockman and other people know, listen, y'all post something, I'm going to repost it. I'm going to repost it. So thank y'all so very much. Akbar, I know you do it for us all the time too. So no need.
Dennis, you know what you can do? You can just put it.
Dennis.
Oh.
What's up, Marie?
I know how humble you are, but I just don't want to end this meeting without just saying a special thank you to you for your vision, your insight, and just all the hard work you do in putting this platform together. I keep hearing this word powerful. Dennis, this is so powerful because we can change the narrative. And you know how passionate I am about minority communities and how we know the ramifications of what's to come. And thank you for being a leader, a visionary, and just someone who says, you know what, I'm going to do something that brings principles together to make sure our children and babies are not left behind. So thank you, and we appreciate you.
Marie, thank you so much.
Love you.
Hey, ladies, before you go, I wish you a happy Mother's Day in advance. Those of you in the room, we know how important that you guys are, and we thank you for all the hard work that you do. And do me a favor on Sunday, no remote learning for your kids. Allow them to enjoy Mother's Day with you, all right? All right, love y'all.
Thank you.
Love y'all. Lezo, do your thing, baby. Thank y'all so much.
Thanks again, everybody, for coming. Like I said, I'm not going to say it again. The word powerful has been used a lot. At the end of the day, this is growing. And you guys are the day ones, the day twos, and the day threes. So stick with this program because the world, this is a snowball for the world, and we need it. We need it at this time in our life. All right? Love y'all. Salute.
Let's make that logo. Let's make that logo. We can do the merch. Let's make the socks. We can at least make the socks. All right, get y'all off. So yeah, like I said, that was my version of class. You know, my school is learning. I'll go and kick it with, you know, a bunch of principals and try to figure out what I could do better or, you know, how I can give them a platform, you know. But at the end of the day, we got to stick together, you know. I got a platform. I built it for us. I built it for like-minded people, people that want to spread love, not distract us, people that want to give us real experiences to learn from, you know, no fake. So if you look at my content, you know, if I'm talking about a gangster or if I think he's a gangster, I'm going to talk to that gangster. I'm going to ask that gangster those questions so I can learn from what he learned, from his experience. I'm not going to glorify it. I'm just going to showcase exactly, you know, what the experience is, authentically, no watered down. And I'm not going to have us looking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Period. This wifey just chilling. Look at wifey, looking all cute. The CEO socks, he's so cute. You know what I mean? Tell me about this blanket right here.
This is a radiation shield blanket. So
Radiation shield?
Yeah, so see, I'm using my phone, so this shields my chest and my stomach from radiation.
Nice. You know what I mean? She's always doing some more slick shit like that. Keep it real. She keep everything real healthy. You ain't gonna go to the pool? You tired? All right, well, rest. I'm going to the pool. I got to get in that pool. It's too hot not to get in that pool right now. You know? So, in between work, you got to make sure that you get your relaxation on too. But you can't over-relax and you can't overwork. You have to make it a lifestyle where you can get things done, have enough time to spend with your family, have enough time to relax, enjoy the fruits of your labor. You know, all those things are very important to me. You know what I'm saying? But it takes architecting. You have to think ahead. It won't just come to you. You have to go to it. You have to know what you want and go get it. But you got to know what you want. You got to know what you're fighting for. Because if you don't know what you're fighting for, it's all in vain. All of it. It's all in vain. You know, you got to have a purpose. You have to have a purpose. There has to be a cause. You know, when you wake up in the morning, it should feel like Christmas. You know, like you're gonna open up some gifts because you're so excited about all the things you're gonna do. You know, you want to see the result of all your labor, but you have to have some labor to see the result of. Like you always want to plant a seed so you can see what grows the next day. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's how I see it. And in this moment, especially in this moment, you have to be as confident as possible. You got to know you're going to win. You know, you got to visualize the W. You know, if you can't visualize the W, it's not going to happen. But you got to know it. You got to have confidence. You got to lead by example. You got to fight for love. And you got to really identify who you fighting for. Who do you love? You know? Who do you love? Who do you fight for? You know what I'm saying? when you win, how many people win with you? You know? So if you notice, anybody that helps me, I'm helping them. You help me build my platform, I'm going to help you build yours. You know? Either you're going to get compensated or you're going to get equity. I'm going to give you that sweat. You know? So everybody right now should be thinking about ways to go get new things, new opportunities. Start something every day and finish something every day. You know? Nothing better than starting something new and nothing better than finishing something new. And I'm always doing something new every day. And I'm doing that shit publicly. I ain't gonna hide it. I'm gonna show y'all. You know, this hustle will be televised. You see, they be writing about my shit. They write about my hustle. You know? In this moment, you're gonna see me step it up. And also, you're gonna see me adjust. You know, things are gonna be different. So now I have to make sure my business can facilitate that. There's a lot of things I don't have to pay for that I used to have to pay for. I definitely don't need as much space in the gallery now. I can't have a bunch of people in there. So it might be time to downsize. You know? Before I had an audience in there. But I ain't doing that shit for at least 2 years. So I don't need no big space for no 2 years. I ain't even gonna hold you. You know? Ain't make no sense. I know I'm gonna keep shooting. You know, I know that. I know I'm gonna stay safe as possible. I'm gonna do 100%, you know, make sure 100% that if I go outside, I'm gloved up and masked up and soaped up and drink my tea. Like that, you know? And I'm gonna hustle hard. I'm gonna step up my hustle. And I hope everybody they still there? I'm gonna step my hustle up. Oh, they still on the thing just talking? Oh, wow.
You ain't got to be in the corner of
Get off.
No, that's cool.
Yo.
Yo.
On the phone, I think.
No, I'm here. What's good?
Yeah, he ordering your merch right now.
Yeah, I need my merchandise and my signs. That wasn't on the sheet.
Hey, Dave, they want us to create some backdrops and stuff like that.
Okay, now I'm gonna do all that. I was just talking.
They say you the man for that. They want the backdrop.
I'm gonna get your logo work together. I got you.
Gotta be official.
We're gonna do it tonight. I'm gonna do that tonight. Also, I was gonna say send me your addresses. I'll send y'all some socks.
And journal. I want a journal.
I haven't made a journal, but I should. I like that.
I hear that, Dave.
Oh, wait.
You mean like you want my personal journal, or you want a journal to write in?
They ain't gonna keep giving.
Y'all want one to write in, or you want my personal journal? Yo, so all y'all principals. I was saying y'all want to write in, or y'all want my personal journal? Like a notebook?
We want a journal. Yeah, we want that.
I want both.
There you go.
I want both, and whatever it is that you think of after we hang up.
Well, you know, my whole thing is.
No, I need those shades when I'm on the thing. Like I could.
Oh yeah, I make those too.
I want 5 minutes to talk with you to wreck you up and pick you up.
Oh, it went off.
Oh my God.
It always goes off when I'm talking. Nicolette always makes it go off. We could talk about Nicolette for a little while.
No.
She always does that.
Okay.
Yeah, people do be mad when I tell them about good taste. You know, if you have bad taste, you usually don't know it, you know. Or else, you know, no one's going to intentionally have bad taste. You know what I mean? And there's things people just aren't aware of. You know, you might have good taste in one thing. Usually it should translate in having good taste in everything, to me. You know what I'm saying? Or else it's like a fluke, you know? So, you know, I like to be well-versed. I think that's important, to know lots of different things about I'm just curious. I'm a very curious person. You know, I want to know about life. I want to know everything everyone's doing. You know, I want to know if I'm missing something. You know, all those kind of things. And I always want to make things better. You know what I mean? So if I walk into a house, I'm like, yo, I could do this, make the floors better, make the walls better. Sorry. You know, that's how I look at people. You know, I look at myself like that. Everything I look at is, how can I make this better? You know what I'm saying? And, you know, then I figure it out. And that's an art that I enjoy. Just trying to make things better, you know? And I think trying to make people's lives better, you know, trying to make the people that you love, make sure their lives, everything they're doing is better. It just keeps life fun. Like I always want better. So if I'm in my crib, I want a better crib. Only thing I'm satisfied about is my children and my girl. You know, everything else could be better. And my dogs. My dogs is perfect. And my friends. You know, people that play the game correct. When you're a snake, and yeah, definitely when you do good, good will definitely get returned. You know. You know what I mean? Let me see. Yeah, that's true. When you are secure about being successful, then you want other people to be successful. You know, that's important.
And you just send your cell or your email to
It's
either
really
me
important.
or Anisha, and then we can do this little side thing, you know, for the
You know.
women.
All right. Wait,
Hey.
Dame is back. Dame,
Yeah,
did
hold
you
it.
hear what I would like to request from you?
Sure. I didn't hear it though. No, I got it cut off.
Dame, Hey, excuse me, David Dash, sir. Yes, sir. So when you were asking about journals, I was asking, can I have 5 minutes to pick your brain, sir?
Oh yeah, I did hear that one. Sure. Yes.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
He said, sure, in an hour.
I didn't say an hour. I said sure.
How do I? Huh?
Ladies will set it up
All right. When can we do that?
whenever you want.
Okay, Lays. Thank you. I'll set it up.
That lion's setting it up. I tell you.
Lion.
You're a principal.
I'm through, King.
What's up, Constance?
I have an ask.
What's up, Dennis? This is Constance. While we're being recorded, I'm gonna shout out my staff that is so awesome, that surprised me with the parade on Friday, that I'm still like in awe about. They made me feel the dopest. So
They can do that down
Rock
south.
River Elementary.
Right.
They can do that down south.
Isthebomb.com.
We get in trouble up here for doing that. Y'all do that. You can do.
Oh, it's not King, honey.
I want to.
Oh yeah, that's the fact.
Hey, Dennis.
All right, so
Hey, Dennis.
Dr. Riley, so
Yes?
we'll hook up. So all you gotta do is stay in touch. We'll get together.
Lays.
Listen, Simone, thank you. You make sure ain't nobody just getting in.
No.
Word.
No.
Dennis, I texted Simone 3 times.
In trouble.
Simone.
Who is that?
Simone.
Yeah, Thea was the one because I took the picture. I said, yo, it's light up in here. Somebody clear.
I was wait. But not only light, but little like.
Yeah.
I noticed he's popping, right?
Like he was looking for Dame Dash.
Yes.
He looked like he was looking for Dame.
Looking for something.
So Thea was like, oh, okay.
I make sure you got it.
Let me check. So what grade is your school?
3K to 5.
So we really need to come up together. I got it. We need to create a curriculum. Because
All right,
last
we'll talk.
week I was on it.
Sorry, we have
I'll tell you what we're
a
doing when we
right
talk. We'll
now
talk.
with Anissa Riley.
What
This
happened?
week, do you have an additional 10 minutes? Normally what we do with our Critical Friends group following this, we
Yeah.
hop on another call for normally we FaceTime, but I'll be trying to, encourage other platforms.
Can I ask a question?
I have a hubby who says I be on Zoom all day long, so he knows on Thursdays I'm off that
Dame
night.
trying to talk, Nisa.
Yes?
Dame got something to say.
2 things.
Hi, Jane.
Hey, what I'd like to know, because
We gotta get Dame some stronger internet service.
I'm gonna do it from my office next time. If there's a way, because I'm gonna have a child.
Okay.
I'm at my girl's pregnant, and I wanted to put together the perfect curriculum for every
We got you K to 12. We
every
got
grade.
you 3K to adult education.
That's what I want. I'd love to do a book about if y'all could do what education would
No,
look
but
like.
that starts at birth. It starts in the womb.
Like, but how to educate us, what we need to learn. You know what I mean? That's the curriculum. And if I could say I have a curriculum that was cultivated and curated by the best black principals in the country, I don't think nobody. I'll start my own school.
It starts now.
Well, just let me know. I'm with it. You know.
So Dane, how many? When is the baby due?
And
Dane, when is the baby due?
like Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
Dane, when is the baby due?
Thanksgiving.
All right. So that means when we're in this gestational stage, because it has to be now.
Now. It starts now with your voice. The cadence of your voice. It starts now.
So Anisha Jacko, that's your early childhood guru right now.
Yes, it is.
If you want to know 0 to 5, that's the person. That's the guru right there.
All right.
That's the one that can do everything from you from the womb to the tomb. But that early childhood, yes.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Anisha, what's your school?
I'm the director of early childhood in District 2. I have 8 sites from Battery to Upper East Side on 96th Street.
And she has the highest data percentage for everything.
All right, so I got to pick your brain too.
Yeah, I have the third largest pre-K center in the nation.
All right, I got to pick your brain.
And then if you want anything in between that, you have your pick between myself, Dr. Riley, I'm sure Dr. Small, Ms. Constance, everybody that's here. But let me tell you about that high school, son.
Yes, that's the...
Woo-hoo-hoo. Thea Davis right here. Let me tell you.
You know.
Gang.
I
hear you, Phil.
Representing Queens to the fullest.
Keith Burrow, man, thorough. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, and then the second thing.
We all know we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Brooklyn.
The second thing.
All right.
The second thing. The second thing is I was curious to know what music y'all are listening to.
Funny.
I was curious to know what music the principals was listening to. Like if they all could put together a playlist, each principal have a playlist. It tells a lot about a person.
Dang.
I'm curious.
So I'm obsessed with 2 new artists right now. Dang.
I hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I don't know if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
You can hear you.
So I'm obsessed. Okay, I'm obsessed with 2 new artists. So I'm obsessed with 2 new artists. One is Tika. She's a new hip hop artist. I don't know if you heard of her.
No, Tika.
Chika. Chikka, I believe. I'm listening to what's his name? I just lost his name. It was in front of me. I'm listening to R&B group. Mumu Fresh, Maimuna Youssef. She does stuff. She did some stuff with the Roots. She had a Tiny Desk. Of course, old school hip hop because I'm a child of the '90s, and so I'm listening to all of the stuff you was a part of. I was just Toby Nigwe is the other artist who I'm listening to. The 2 new ones are so. I wish they could go on tour right now. I'd be like,
how do you find your music?
Funny, I'm listening to Earth, Wind and Fire.
Earth, Wind and Fire.
So the new artists I discovered I do a lot of NPR, Tiny Desk. I like how they have an array of new artists. But Instagram will put me on, so people who I follow will share a clip of someone, and I'll learn about a new artist. And so I look at YouTube, will suggest things based on my interests. So all of those ways.
That's a new approach on the music class.
So
and I got my
definitely need our
gospel
own
piece, 'cause
playlist.
we got to talk to Jesus.
Yeah.
It's real relatable to the kids if they know that you listen to
I listen to
music.
everything between classical and trap. So I like it all.
You said you like trap. Yes, you should do a playlist.
I'm a little embarrassed to say I'm listening to feel aggressive over the last couple of days. So I was listening to some Young M.A. and some Rick Ross while I was working out. But it really all depends on the mood that I'm in.
Yeah. My favorite music is house music, though. I can't, I'll go in a trance because I have house music. but it just depends on what mood I'm in. It could be Fela, it could be Beethoven, it could be, trap, my kids are tired of me. It could be, classic hip hop. It could be R&B, neo soul. I'm in love with. I love me some Jill Scott. Favorite artist is Rachelle Farrell, but my number one is Prince.
Question.
Yo, Dame,
Question.
I need your help with something, Dame.
Yeah.
I want to bring some powerful women. On this platform with us. I know we've been having a lot of brothers, representing, but I want some real powerful women to come through and holler at everybody here as well. If you can kind of help put that together with Lazy and myself.
Bet I could definitely do that. What I was gonna say is within your all the principles, each one of y'all seem to have little specialties and interests. So you should each do programming. Like let's say one principal can do cooking show. Principal should do, or a couple of y'all should do a music show. One principal should do a workout show. You could almost have a network where all the principals have their own shows, and I can put it all on there because that's how you relate to your kids when they see you doing that type of stuff. And that would be really intelligent programming because you're teaching them while you're entertaining them. I'm sure a lot of your students would be surprised how clued in you are on certain different things and the stuff that you could teach them. They'll listen to you. If you say you're listening to Fela and trap music, they're going to say, you listen to trap music? And what's Fela? You understand what I'm saying? They want to know what Fela is because you like trap music. Because I love I listen to everything. So I just think the principals showing the stuff that's relatable about them in the form of entertainment would be the best school. So imagine instead of looking at a countdown show with somebody that's distracting you, you got cool principals talking about music. You know what I mean? Or you got a cool principal working out the Rick Ross. Or you got a cool principal making, doing cooking or whatever else. I'll give you the platform to do all that and I'll show you how to do it. But that's what I'm saying is we have to make y'all the stars. You know what I mean? That's what you got to do. Because it's dope. Because smart people, just like you look at NPR, we don't have no NPR. We don't have no NPR. What would our version of NPR be?
Right.
We can start our NPR, but it'd be it's principles. But I would say some other slick. But we can start our own NPR. There's too many smart people in this room. Talk about politics, fashion, social issues from different age groups. It would be great to talk to y'all about children's programming. Y'all should all be producers. Like that'd be the best books, kids' books.
Healthy relationship.
Yeah, kids' books, cartoons, all curated by principals. You remember back when we was young, we had conjunction, junction, what's your function? I'm sorry, guy.
You can't hear.
I can hear.
Yes.
No, but that's what the Newbery and the Caldecott, every year they put out books that either have the right illustration or have a certain theme. You can come up with your own award for a new book and publisher, and we can highlight those authors because only in 2017, only 6% of authors look like our kids.
Yeah.
So you could highlight and create your own platform, and you can have the author come and do a book study or a book talk.
Exactly.
The Dame Dash Literary Award.
Yeah.
Right.
The Dash Award.
I like that.
The Dash Award.
Yeah, the Dash.
Dash Literary Award.
Right.
Or medal. Dash Literary Medal.
Who's dashing? That's right. Dashing.
Also, y'all are making me get mad ideas because having.
Because you know we are creative people. Because you know we are creative people, and we are always flipping words. So dashing could be synonymous with reading. Who's dashing? Who's reading?
Exactly.
Who's dashing? And then create a whole big movement around you dashing. What you dashing today?
All that.
Right.
And then what's the latest dash? And then we show the book.
What's today's dash?
What's the dash? What's the dash of the month?
What's the dash of the month? You the
Dash of the month. Teach me how to dash. Teach me how to dash.
Wow.
I'm gonna put your names on it. Y'all can use your names. I'm gonna use your names.
And then the author comes out. Then the author comes out.
And y'all, let me just tell you how dope Dame is. You know Dame is streaming this live on IG, right? This conversation's on IG right now, right?
The School by the Sea, PSMS 43.
That's right. Give a shout out to your school.
Pathways College Preparatory School, St. Albans, Queens. Let's go.
You knew? Yes, hi, I'm Dr. Anissa Riley, and I'm the principal of PS 132 in the South Bronx. Bronx Strong.
I like the world to see my conversations because they.
Rockaway.
You got it.
Hey, can I just give you some props for that Laker outfit you got?
You can't hear him again.
Y'all can't hear me?
And while we're waiting, I can talk about.
This is funny.
What's up, that big? What's that, Dame?
I like.
He said he was giving you props for the Laker outfit. You
I like.
No doubt, brother. Thank you.
Well, I like the silver. I like the gray. I like the gray and the purple. The gray with the purple. I like the gray with the purple. That's what I was gonna do with Astro.
And listen, if you go, whenever you're ready for that logo, let's do it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I would make that. I want it to look like that when you're wearing it. It should have the same effect. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh, no question.
So that's why I'm gonna make it look like a team.
Let's do it, Dame.
What's the colors?
Yeah.
And on it, Dennis, you gotta put who dash.
But what's the colors?
Dashing.
What's that, Dame?
What's the colors of your
He said, what's the color? He said, what's the color?
Two colors.
Well, blue always looks better. Blue always looks good on TV. You always have to have a blue.
What's our colors? You know
the logo?
You know my thing is Poppington University.
You know what, Dame? I ain't come up with that yet.
Blue. Yeah, blue, but color blue comes out better on camera.
She only saying that because she graduated from Hampton.
You know.
Wait, and that's what I graduated from Morgan, so blue and orange.
But you know that's my color, right? Blue, dark blue is my color.
I'm open to any suggestions, brother.
But you know dark blue is my color. That's Poppington University.
Yeah, there you go. You know it. That's it.
So like the Yankees,
Then
like the Yankees color.
Blue. Poppington blue.
Like the Yankees.
And then you can have across the. Yep.
All right. Next time we talk, I'm gonna have socks made. Design and all that.
You can partner with My Brother's Keeper. But you can connect with My Brother's Keeper, and at each site you can have a division, and then you can have a tournament. You can have a dinner. You can have a whole bunch of things. You can have nationwide. Well, you can start here.
What I want to do.
There you go.
What I want to do.
You got to write off.
Wait. What I want to do, I don't know if I want to do it live. Put it over there real quick. What I want to do, well, that's cool. That's cool. What I want to do is I want to do an award show for movies, for music, and I want the judges to be y'all, the principals. You know what I mean? So you know how the Oscars will have, because y'all all intelligent, y'all all smart, and we need to make our own Grammys. We need to make our own Oscars. We need to make our own Golden Globes. But it has to make sense. But y'all a serious board. Like 90, 60 black principals. I like that. So like, I would love to be able to give y'all screeners and music and y'all judge who's the best and all that. You know what I mean? And also choose y'all students to be in it so they can have a little judging too. Like, have a little judging with the kids and all that. And it would be something that's from the people, the smart, clear people, clear. You know what I mean? Because y'all clear. Some people are in the fog, bro. Maybe blue with the gray. Maybe blue with the gray.
I do think it's important because I think one of the things, unfortunately, that we do as a people that's wrong is we always define ourselves by the worst of ourselves. So just having the opportunity to continue to kind of re-envision our own truth and our own image is really, really important because Imagery is always important. So for youngsters to see, so when I'm working with my kids, I'm always happy when I come in, dressed fresh, I jump in my beam, I do my thing. I want my kids to emulate me and not dope boy. So how do we, as a collective, control the imagery and control the narrative so that when children see what Black excellence looks like, this is like, as opposed to them, just looking at artists and looking at what's happening in the street and looking at what's happening in the news. This is what Black people look like for real.
Look at his in the
And
back.
I'm glad you said that, Smalls, because one thing I think we as a people forget is that we are not just all athletes, entertainers, those type of people, but we are intellectuals, we are engineers, we are problem solvers, we are creators. And so I don't think our children see enough of that. But not only that, like with, I forgot who said it in the room, that we didn't lose our swagger. So I can still be swagged out from the South Bronx, still bout it, and yes, flip the script, and still be intellectual, and still have conversations where I know exactly what I'm talking about, and be in the room and know what's going on in the room and make those decisions. Because part of our greatness is being able to navigate both arenas and navigate both of the arenas well.
Code switch, and that's called code switching.
Yes.
Code switching.
But I ain't want to use that's the intellectual phraseology.
Let me give you a tip,
Theory is called duality of identity.
Hold on.
Yes.
Riley,
Be
let me
comfortable
give
with
you a
it.
tip.
Theory.
Anissa, let me give you a tip. Next time you're on Zoom, what I want you to do is I want you to face the window so people can legitimately see your face. Because people been in the dark the whole time.
Oh, sorry.
Or put a light on you.
Always face the light.
Anissa, I don't know, me and the high school together, so we go.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we went to high school together,
And
me
they
and
got their
Smalls.
doctors together. Hey, yo, Dave.
And we were in a high school in a town with our principal.
Together.
Wow. That's dope.
Yeah, we got Smalls and I went to school in high school in a town with our principal was radical. She was making moves in New York City that created opportunities for Black and brown children that were never heard of at that time.
And we know
Dr. Lottie Taylor for Campus High School. And she created opportunities for us because she believed in Black and brown children to the point where they, what happens when you start making moves and Black and brown babies start being successful?
they changed the ball.
Shut it down.
Yes. And so, unfortunately,
or they try to murder us when we jog.
yes, and we were making strides, and she was doing what she needed to do for Black and brown children. Down in Georgia now, I love her, and it wasn't for her. I don't think a lot of because of her, we were able to find out and understand and appreciate who we are and what intelligence that was built inside of us. So what you're talking about, Dave, is real talk, because that's what's missing today. Enough of us as a collective to come together to instill back in our babies their greatness.
Yeah, I like Small. I think one of the things you were talking about is you began talking about the duality and the kids seeing you. But I think for us as leaders, making sure, and this is what Dame is talking about on a larger platform, telling our stories. And so when we were in brick and mortar, how many of you really told kids some appropriate stories about your life and your journey? So like my seniors know that I went to high schools because I didn't like the first one. I went to 2 colleges undergrad because I didn't like the first one. And we took actually 3 because I refused to waste time. And so
did you tell me you went to prison too, Via?
You a damn lie. But anyway.
She didn't do a damn lie.
They say, really?
Real stories, because kids will ask you something because you drive a nice vehicle. Are you rich? I'm like,
And
baby, I'm
that's
not
the narrative.
rich. I live a life that I choose. But I would be considered rich. And so telling them your stories about your academic journey, the struggle of how you came up and where you come from, letting them see that you can still code switch to what we spoke about, but also be swaggy. What does Friday look like? And so when I'm in my Jordan 1s and I look like them and they're like Miss Davis, I like your drip. Okay.
Right.
Okay, I'm like, now I want to see your drip and them grades. Let's go. Let's talk about what we're gonna do. We're gonna be fresh and intelligent.
But Dave, to that point, with the way you do the interviews with the live band behind you, that's what kids need in third and fourth grade.
Right.
That you have the narrative playing and you have the music, the crescendo going up, and it goes with the plot and the climax of the story. Like that connection, being a music major, that's key. And kids learn, they'll do a dance like Ron Clark, the school in Georgia, they put everything to music. Like it's already being done, but it's hidden and it's only given to a certain few. So that to me is key.
Let me tell you something. If y'all get a chance, go on Dave's.
I'm on right now.
Yeah.
We won it since last week.
Let me tell you.
I know, we on his live Instagram right
Yeah,
now.
Oh.
Right. You should everybody.
I promise you will not be disappointed. So let me tell you something. Y'all may not know, but Bishop, who was on here earlier, you go ahead and listen to some of the messages that he drops. You go ahead and listen to some of the messages he drops. It's so crazy. Like what they call him, the bishop, the hip hop bishop.
Yeah.
But he's that dope. Like, go on the platform, see it. I saw the joint today. I saw it last week. He's doing amazing things. So please, go up there and see for yourself. And and mind you, now we're part of that. So we gotta go on and see how dope other things are out there.
And Dennis, I want to agree with what, how do I pronounce your name? Fia? Fire?
Fire, baby.
Very good.
Look, that's a hunter's chart.
What Dennis said about the prison picture, because I actually shared a picture with my kids of me being arrested back in college.
Wow.
Because I found it.
You a criminal?
Who's flipping? I share it all, but I got protesting. I didn't get caught for the other stuff. But no, I definitely share my kids. I was so proud. I had a kid come to me when we were in school maybe a couple months ago, and it just really touched my heart. He was like, "Small, yo, can you take me for my first tattoo?" Like, I just felt so connected. And then another young fella, I had a guest at my school. I can't remember who it was, but they asked a young fella, there's like, what do you feel about your principal? Do you like your principal? And the young man said, "No, I love my principal."
If you want another amazing video with the one and only Dame Dash, check it out right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.